Justin Bieber reveals Diddy's disturbing actions that haunted him and Usher forever. Over the past few years, the music industry has been dogged by several major conspiracy theories, and the speculation about Diddy and his sexuality is one of the wildest theories out there. Everyone's heard about it. Some say Diddy is gay and that he's basically been hiding in the closet all this while. But since the man himself hasn't really said anything, it's all been speculation. Now, you might think that all of this is just people trying to get at Diddy and stir up gossip, but his actions have also made the rumors hard to ignore. And even worse, it now appears that Diddy might have been using his influence in the industry to have some inappropriate relations with some of his understudies, particularly Usher and Justin Bieber. For the quick pitch, take this in. Usher was Diddy's direct understudy, and everyone knows Usher was the one who gave Justin Bieber his big break. Considering what everyone knows about Diddy and the things he exposed Usher to at the start of his career, it seems that he also did some inappropriate stuff with Justin as well. So, what was going down between these world-renowned celebrities? Are there any hints as to the type of relations going on between them? There's a lot of hot scoops to unpack here, so get ready and dive in. A timeline of weird behavior. The speculations and allegations surrounding Sean Diddy Combs have been around for over a decade now. As far back as the 90s and early 2000s, several people have pointed out that the rapper turned mogul is a bit of a sexually fluid man in his own right. In recent times, however, the proof has kind of become more prominent. Through the confessions of others as well as Diddy's actions, it's been pretty difficult to deny that Diddy might indeed have been a bit too free. Now, of course, no one's necessarily criticizing Diddy if it does turn out that he's gay. Everyone should feel comfortable expressing their feelings and being loved the way they want to. However, the issue appears to be the fact that Diddy might have been using his influence to groom young boys and possibly exploit them. For this one, there have been confessions as well. Back in 2022, Gene Deal, one of Diddy's former bodyguards, claimed that he had seen Diddy engaging in some interesting activities with then upcoming rapper Ja Rule. Speaking in an interview with The Art of the Dialogue, Gene recalled a situation where he and Diddy went to an exotic bookshop in Atlanta back in the day to purchase some items.
I'm with Puff, and he's in exotic bookstores and he's doing shopping, right? He's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, you know, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, you know, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. Some things from up here on my left side. And then he picked like quite a few of them down. I was like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there and it said butt plugs.
As soon as the pair left the exotic shop, they went over to a hotel where Diddy apparently had already arranged the meetup with Ja Rule.
This rapper and him, they all in the room together. You know, it's Sarah, the girl, Puff, and this dude, this rapper. So I'm hearing at the door and stuff like that, like, yeah, so then next thing you know, somebody rang the doorbell. We had the presidential suite where we was at. So I opened the door and the dude said, yo, I'm here for my cousin. I said, who your cousin? And he said, Ja Rule.
Then, following an altercation with Ja's cousin, Gene pointed out how he got a glimpse of everything that had gone down in the room.
He was like, yo, I don't care, man. I'm going in there. That bull like that. I said, yo, bro, Jesus Christ had to come down here and take the air out of my body before you get in that room right there. Watch. He tried to bum rush me. I grabbed him and threw him against the piano. When I threw him into the piano, Puff and Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt the naked. And so then Ja was like, yo, what's going on? Yo, Gene, that's my cousin. He know me well. You know, and Puff was like, yo, Gene, what happened? I said, he tried to get in the room. I told him he couldn't get in the room. And he was like, Puff looked at Ja. He said, yo, Ja said, you ain't want to go in that room because there's a lot of freaking going on.
Guys, there are a lot of stories like this everywhere. And the more you hear, the less ridiculous the theory sounds that Diddy might have been doing some pretty wild stuff back in his heyday. The Usher-Bieber connection. Now, you might be asking, where does Justin Bieber come into this? Well, it all starts with one Mr. Usher Raymond. As you probably know, Usher was kind of the one who discovered Justin Bieber, along with Scooter Braun, who's Justin's longtime manager. Usher was really the one who helped bring Justin into the limelight.
Scooter.
Yes, yeah. Scooter. And we ended up signing a deal with Usher a couple months later.
Yeah, so wait, how did Usher enter the picture? Scooter's a friend of Usher's?
Well, basically, we were going to the studio to meet up with some people, and Usher was rolling up at the same time. So that was kind of how that connection happened. And then Justin Timberlake also wanted to sign me. He was actually, Scooter worked with him in the NSYNC days, so they kind of knew each other, and he, introduced me, and he wanted to sign me. So both Usher and Justin, wanted to sign me, so it was pretty crazy.
However, what many people might not know is that Usher himself was taken under the mentorship of Diddy when he was an up-and-coming artist. Diddy pretty much mentored Usher and taught him the tricks of the business. And, as Usher himself has alluded to in the past, some of that mentoring involved some pretty interesting experiences. So here's the backstory on that. When Usher was a young boy, barely 15 years old, he was introduced to a music executive named L.A. Reid. Reid signed Usher on the spot, and he eventually sent the young star to New York to be an understudy to Diddy, a project which, in Reid's words, was dubbed the Puffy Flavor Camp. Speaking on his experiences at the Flavor Camp, Usher had this to say on The Howard Stern Show back in 2016.
Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really.
Come on.
But hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody
it was
tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Usher added that Diddy would constantly host parties at his place, and these parties would usually include some big names including Biggie Smalls, Craig Mack, Faith Evans, and more. And when Howard asked if Usher would ever let his child stay at the Flavor Camp today, Usher had this to say.
What a life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
It kind of begs the question of what Usher must have seen at one of Diddy's parties that would make him never want to expose his own child to that environment. Another interesting fact is that this whole ordeal could have affected Usher's sexuality as well. Like Diddy, Usher himself has dealt with his own gay allegations. Usher did settle the case eventually, although the terms of the entire settlement were never revealed. Still, the point here is that you can't really discount that Usher's early experiences with Diddy could have shaped him into a sexually ambiguous man as well. 48 hours of wildness. Now, fast forward to the years when Justin was just a wide-eyed little kid from Canada trying to make it into the music business. And with the Usher link, Justin actually did meet Diddy. Interestingly, it appeared that part of Justin's whole record deal included a requirement to spend 48 hours with Diddy, and there's even some footage. This clip, taken back in November 2009, showed Justin and Diddy in their 48-hour extravaganza. And in it, Diddy gives Justin some insane gifts, starting with a Lamborghini.
As soon as you turn 16, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you rock this every time you come to LA. Yeah, this gonna be yours. So, every time you come to LA, it's a little dusty, but you know, come get the front shot of this.
Man.
That out. Minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Now that.
As if that wasn't enough, Diddy also offered Justin a mansion that would be his as soon as he turned 18.
And then, when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay, I get the mansion?
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
You might be wondering why Diddy was showering Justin with all these gifts. The kid was good and all, but no one even had the faintest idea that Justin would end up being the global superstar that he is today. No one's necessarily criticizing Diddy for giving Justin all these gifts. It's actually pretty common for label executives to give artists gifts as a way of motivating them. But a Lamborghini and a mansion for a 15-year-old? Come on. Well, if you're curious about what that whole 48 hours thing was about, Diddy gave some hints.
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go buck full crazy.
A 48-hour period where they go buck full crazy? Yeah, that definitely sounds suspicious. In another clip, which was taken after Justin had garnered some success following his breakout single, he and Diddy linked up in the studio. And Justin seemed rather nervous in his presence.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh?
No,
You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you try to get in contact with me, you know, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Correct.
My
Okay.
number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot to unpack from that little clip. For one, Justin seemed pretty uncomfortable talking to Diddy, with him slurring his words and stuttering. Then Diddy's qualms about the way Justin no longer used to hang out with him seemed weird. The whole situation was quite similar to the infamous episode of Drink Champs, where Diddy was talking weirdly to another of his understudies, Fabulous.
Did you miss me, though? For real, because it seems like a thing with this birthday party.
Puff, man.
But I'm talking about for your birthday.
Huh?
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
No, but me and you ain't never really.
That video was actually one of the biggest smoking guns in the whole Diddy is gay campaign. And when you draw parallels between that video and the clip where he asked Justin about not wanting to hang out with him anymore, you kind of got to admit that the whole thing just seems pretty suspicious. Well, if you think the whole thing seems pretty strange, you are not the only one. Several people who commented on the post appeared to have the same opinion. One fan wrote, "Diddy is a creep. This video is actually quite disturbing. After seeing all this evidence, articles, past bodyguard videos, so many different artists from different eras speaking on it in interviews, it's just sad." Expressing their disgust, another fan said, "Justin looks so uncomfortable and pressed. Diddy definitely did something to him." Yeah, so you see, you're not the only one who thinks the whole thing is strange. So, how's Justin reacting to the whole situation? Well, according to some sources, Justin might not be doing so great. Some sources have claimed that he struggled a lot with these secrets, and that they could even have been part of why he acted out at the start of his career. Remember those years when Justin would seemingly go from one scandal to the other? Well, all of those could be due to the stress of having to keep all of this bottled up inside him for so long. Now that he's married to Hailey and seems to be moving on, everyone can only hope that Justin makes peace with whatever could be haunting him. As for Diddy, no one really knows if he actually has been exploiting young boys and using his influence unduly in the industry. But the evidence sure keeps piling up, and it's getting harder to ignore the signs. The stories surrounding Diddy and his wild ways are pretty extensive, and as time goes on, you kind of get the feeling that more accounts could come out detailing the stuff that Mr. Combs was up to back in his heyday. From Usher's herpes lawsuit to Justin's early days of acting wild, who knows what could have caused these artists to behave the way they did? But what do you think? Did Diddy really exploit Justin? Will the Biebs, or maybe even someone else, one day spill the beans? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts.